Hello again. Here we are. We're going to talk about WordPress today. And here I am at my GitHub site. And I'm looking up, my GitHub account is GitHub Soggy Bag, right? And I know I always get my username. Why is that? Anyway, so here's my username there, and there's my GitHub account. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to download some files I have here. I went over them in the last video, and they're just, the bare bones basic WordPress theme. And I'll go to repositories here. And the files are called WP Basic Theme. So I'm going to, just type in, well, actually I'm going to search for it here, WP Basic Theme, and there it is, okay? And what I'd like to do is download these files here. So I really just need these two files. There isn't really much there. And so I'll just download a zip. And then here it is. So there's my files. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to install these on my site. Okay, so here's my, my WordPress site. And I'll go into the themes directory. So you want to be in WordPress, WP content, themes, and then you can make a folder in here for your theme, and you can give it any name you like. So this folder is called, WP Basic Theme Master. Maybe I'll just copy that entire folder and then change the name here. So I'll drag it into the folder here, and I'm going to change the name to Basic Theme. How about that? There we go. So now it's the second theme up here. So before we run our theme, we want to do one more thing. So I'm gonna go into the folder here, and there's two files. These are the bare minimum files you need to create a theme. You need index.php and style CSS. So the first thing I'll do is I'll open up style CSS. And I know I'm so old school and retro and cheap. I'm sort of a cheapskate, right? So I'm going to use Text Wrangler because it's free. I know everybody likes Sublime these days, but for some reason I always end up using Text Wrangler. So here I am, right? And there we'll make the text a little bigger. So here's my theme. And looking at style CSS, there's a little block of code at the top. It's actually a comment here, and this block defines the meta information for the theme. Okay, so every theme should define this stuff, and it works with the admin panel to show you information about the theme. So when you go into the admin panel and you choose a theme, it'll pull up the information here and display it, right? So first of all, you have to write this exactly the way it's written here. So it's got to be in a comment. It should probably be at the top of the page. And then you're going to say, theme name colon, and it's got to be, uppercase T space uppercase N colon, right? And you can copy my example. And right here, what you can do is you can give your theme a name. So I'll say, YouTube example theme name, right? And then you can give your theme a URL. And, I have a URL here. I'll just put it in there. And then you can give your theme a description. So I can say, this was an example for the video. Okay? And then you can give your author name here. And my name is Hudson. Is it dangerous to put your name on the internet? I don't know. And then you can put your author URL. Maybe I'll just use the same URL here, like that. And then you can give your theme a version number. This should really probably be, version 0.01, right? Okay, it's pretty early in the development stage, right? And then you give your theme a license. And there's, you can name a license. So you can say it's MIT or, any one of the open source or, non-public licenses. You can just declare it here. And I'm not a legal person, so I don't know the names of all those, but I'm just going to use this one. I found that on the internet. It must be right. And then I've got my license URI. So if someone wanted to license my theme, I could, put that information in here too. And then it says tags, and you can give your theme some tags, right? And you can say what it is. So I can say theme, beta, testing, do not use, I'm just kidding, but you can put some tags in there to describe your theme, okay? And these would be used if you submitted your theme to WordPress and you uploaded it there. People could search your theme, and WordPress would be able to find tags and kind of a descriptive keyword for your theme from this, right? And you'd be able to link to your website if you had support for your theme also, right? So I'll save that, and now we're ready to go. So I'm going to go to my site here. Here's my site currently. Currently, I'm using the 2015 theme. So I'm going to go to the admin panel and choose themes. And these are all the themes that I have here. I got the 2015 theme and this very first theme right here. So right now, just so you guys note, I'm under the admin panel and I'm under appearance themes, right? Okay. And so this is where you're going to view all of your themes, and every theme can have a preview, and we can include one for our theme too. We just don't have the theme finished, so there's no point in doing a preview yet. But you can see I've got the 2015 theme and the aldehyde theme and some other themes here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down until I find the one that's called the YouTube example theme, because that's the one that I just created, and that's the name that I gave that theme. Right? Remember, it's right up here. Okay. So like magic, this name appears as the name of the theme. So to activate the theme, I'll click the Activate button. And now my active theme becomes the very first theme here in the upper left. Okay? And now that my theme is activated, we'll go take a look at my site. And I'll click the button up here, or the link, to go to my site here. And this is what my theme looks like. Okay? And so it doesn't look like anything because I don't have any styles yet, and there's really not much of anything, but it is functioning, right? I'm getting all the content. And let's take a quick comparison here to this output and what we have in our theme file, right? So we did style CSS and we saw there was nothing in it, so obviously we're not getting any styles. Let's take a look at index.php now and compare what we have here on the screen to what's in index.php. So again, I'll open that in Text Wrangler. And let me make the text a little bigger here. And I think I'll hide the files bar there. And then I'll move this thing over. And so, here's my document. There's the doc type. There's the head tag. You can see it says Web Design 3 blog. That's the name of my site, and I'm getting the name here, right? So that's where that's coming from. And then I have the title followed by the description, right? And so when I get into the body tag here, you can see I have this header, and then here is the title. It says blog info name. So you'll notice that that's the same as the blog info name that appears right here, right? It says Web Design 3 blog, and this is Web Design 3 blog, right? Okay. And then underneath it, I have the description. So this is the description for my blog right there, Web Design 3 blog. It's all the same. Why is it all the same? And where did that stuff come from? Well, if I go to the admin panel again, and then I go to Settings General, you'll see that it says Web Design 3 blog right here, and then Web Design 3 blog. Let's change that, right? Let's say a blog for Web Design 3. How about that? There we go. That's different, right? And then I'll click Save Changes, and then those changes are there. And I'll go to the site, and now you'll see that it says a blog for Web Design 3. Okay, so there you go. So there's the header, and then now we get into the loop, right? So the loop here, or actually, wait, one more second. I made a mistake there. Now we get into these pages here. So this list of pages right here is this little block right here that says, WP list pages. So really, I have a nav tag around this and a UL, and then this WP list pages is creating a list item and then another nested UL inside there with some of these have some even further nested lists, right? So this is generating a list, and these are all the pages created on my site. I have just a bunch of mock-up pages just so we have content here. It's almost too many, right? But that's where this is coming from, right? Okay, and then we get to the loop. Okay, so the loop is down here, and this is the loop. And so for each post that I have, we're repeating this block of code. We're starting with an H3, that's this guy, with a link inside it. That's the anchor, and then after the link, we have the content. So this is the actual content of the post right here. Is coming out of this single tag, is producing all of this stuff. And why does it look like this? Well, let's go to the admin panel, and we'll take a quick look at the post here called Frodo. And you can see that the Frodo post begins with a heading that says Hobbit, and then it says Hobbits are fictional, and then it's got a little list and some other information in a picture, right? So that's why that that post looks the way that it does, right? And then as I get down here, you can see there's the date, and then there's the tags, and there's the comments, right? And we can see that at the bottom here that I've got this tag right here called the time generates the date and the time that the post was created, right? And then the category right here generates a list of categories, and then this comment number, if there were any comments, it would say 5 comments for this post or something, right? Right now it says no comments, so it's just listing no comments, right? Okay, and then I have another post, so actually all this code right here is repeated again, starting with Sauron, right? And then we get all the Sauron post, and then the date and the instructors or the categories and the comments, right? And then it happens again. And it does that once for every post. And mine's only showing 3 or 4 posts right now, but that's a setting in the admin panel, so you can change that and set the number of posts that are displayed, right? And anyway, after the posts right there, then we get into the sidebar. And in my simple example theme, actually, wait, before we do that, one more thing. I keep missing these things, right? This right here, this little block where it says post nav link, that's generating this link right here. So I have 4 posts showing, but there's actually more posts on my site. So it gives me a next page link, and I can click on that, and then it'll show the next group of posts. So now I have a post called Soup, and a post called Mary Jane, and a post called John Doe and Joe Smith. And then now there's 2 links here, because this post nav link sees that I have previous pages and more pages coming up next, so it gives me both links this time. Okay, and I can click to go to the next or previous group of posts. And then at the bottom here, right below that, I have a UL, and then I have, oh look, it's the WP list pages again that we had earlier on the site, and this lists all the pages on my site. Right, so there's the list of pages again, and then I have this WP list categories, and that lists all the categories on my site. And then the meta right down here is this meta thing, right? It says meta, and then there's a UL, and it says register and log in, log out, and that generates these 2 links. And then at the very bottom, this is the footer, right? And that's my footer that I have. Okay, so anyway, there's a quick tour, and that's how you get everything set up. And that's the basic theme. And now, you can add your own markup and then, edit your style sheet to make it look like, whatever you envision. So thanks for watching. I'm going to do another video about, setting up the styles and doing the grid and stuff also. So that'll be coming up.